Oh my God, Ezra Miller's at it again. We're going to talk about this. This is Neon. This is Clownfish TV. Geeky is sitting this video out. She's spending some time with family. But let's talk about Ezra Miller's latest debacle in Germany. Allegedly, Ezra Miller called a descendant of a Holocaust survivor a Nazi, among other things. And we're also going to talk about the Iceland choking victim. Remember Ezra Miller choked someone in Iceland? That kind of went down the memory hole. Do we know where Ezra Miller is? Do we have any idea where Ezra Miller is? No, I don't think we have any idea. But let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 271,000 subs, almost 272,000 subs. Thank you so much for the support. We do talk about pop culture. We've been following the Ezra Miller debacle. This is just absolutely insane. Ezra Miller is absolutely insane. Ezra Miller is a public menace, potential cult leader, potential abuser, alleged abuser. It's just insane, but it's gotten more crazy. This is coming from Page 6. Ezra Miller allegedly called a descendant of a Holocaust survivor a Nazi. Apparently called a German woman who told the Fantastic Beasts star she was a descendant of a Holocaust survivor a Nazi. The woman, identified only by her first name, Nadia, told Variety in an expose published Thursday that the alleged encounter with a 29-year-old who identifies as non-binary and uses they-them pronouns occurred at her Berlin apartment in February. Everybody's a Nazi. Nadia claimed to the outlet that she met Miller in January of 2020 at an art opening in LA, that the two had consensual relations on the last night of her trip. She said they continued a long-distance friendship, mostly via text messages, for the next 2 years. Due to the pandemic and their busy schedules, the two did not see each other until February of 2022, after Nadia invited the actor to stay at her apartment while the annual Berlinale Film Festival was taking place. I am not cultured enough to know what that is off the top of my head. She told Variety Miller was super nice and super polite until they began to roll a cigarette, and she told them they couldn't smoke. Couldn't tell them. One Ezra told them they couldn't smoke inside her home. That's a reasonable request, right? Don't smoke in my house, Ezra Miller. That just set them off, Nadia claimed. I asked them to leave about 20 times, maybe more. They started insulting me. I'm a transphobic piece of shit. I'm a Nazi. Wow, this is just like Twitter in real life. It became so stressful for me. They were going around my house, looking at everything, touching everything, spreading tobacco leaves on the floor. It felt disgusting and very intrusive. She elaborated on the encounter later in the interview, and this I'm quoting word for word. She said they started with, I'm a maker of planets. I'm a maker of planets. Tobacco is sacred. So Ezra Miller thinks he makes planets now. Ezra Miller thinks he's God, or a god. Ezra Miller's also apparently starting a cult with a bunch of marijuana and guns on his farm and collecting children. I mean, this is batshit crazy, right? This isn't just me. This is just absolutely batshit bonkers crazy shit, and Ezra Miller needs to be found and stopped. Nadia said Miller continued their tirade and proclaimed they could do whatever they want to do, whenever they want to. Because, Ezra Miller makes planets now. When she stood up to insist that Miller respect her house rules, they looked at me with this really mean, stern face and told me, sit down, like they were ordering a dog. In the moment, she said she told them as such. Their response, she claimed, was, yes, I'm talking to you like a dog. Yet, Ezra Miller is the one wearing the collar. I said, okay, if you talk to me like this, it's time for you to go, she said, but Miller refused and allegedly began accusing Nadia of being transphobic and a Nazi. Again, I think this non-binary trans shtick of Miller's is just that. In fact, we have a few close friends that identify as trans, non-binary, and I can tell you, I think in his case, this is a shield. This is how Miller gets away with shit, because Miller You've yet to hear of a male coming forward and saying they've had consensual relationships with the maker of planets. Have we had a single guy come forward? I don't think we have. I think it's all chicks. I think it's all women. And I think this is how Miller gets away with the shit Miller gets away with. I asked them if they remember. I told them I'm a descendant of Holocaust survivors, so why would they even say that to me? They answered, screaming at me, yes, but how many people of my family died? Because many people and their family died. I was like, okay, this is a game of who's got the most trauma. This sounds like Twitter. Nadia said she believed Miller could somehow attack her physically and described feeling unsafe. After about half an hour of pleading, she said she finally convinced Miller to leave, but it was only after she called the police. Nadia filed a criminal complaint about her experience, which Variety confirmed with the German state prosecutor's office in April, and Miller was being investigated for trespassing. However, the prosecutor told the outlet they discontinued proceedings after the actor left the country. Ezra Miller now has delusions of grandeur. Ezra Miller thinks Ezra Miller is a maker of planets and a god who's going to go start a cult. What the hell? What the hell? It seems to be a pattern. They jet set abuse. No shit. No shit. She said she felt more comfortable coming forward publicly now that she's not the only person levying allegations against the actor. There's going to be a lot more. I think Ezra Miller has left a lot of tobacco leaves in his wake. Reps for Miller did not return page 6 request for comment. Of course they didn't. But a source told Variety that Miller hopes to address the allegations at some point, but they have chosen to privately focus on their health and healing over the coming months. Drag this motherfucker to court. Just get it over with. Earlier this month, the perks of being a Wallflower star was accused of housing a young mother and her 3 small children in their Vermont home, allegedly littered with firearms, ammunition, and marijuana. Also accused of grooming their 18-year-old daughter with cult-like and psychologically manipulative behaviors. Can't imagine why. The dude thinks he makes planets. And then days later, a different worried parent accused the actor of behaving inappropriately toward their 12-year-old. They have a restraining order, then Hawaii, and then choking. Yeah, let's talk about the choking. The choking of the woman in Iceland. Ezra Miller at 27 started to show a different volatile side to their personality, one that began to concern Icelanders. There was always something with Ezra, said Carlos Rainier, then a bartender at a bar I can't pronounce, which is so weird because I'm actually a good chunk of my family's from Scandinavia, but yeah, I am not capable of pronouncing a lot of these names. Sorry. Rainier said he intervened in 2 altercations involving Miller. The first was a heated argument between Miller and a male patron that began as banter but ended in the actor putting the man in a chokehold and later slapping him. Rainier, who broke up the fight, says Miller later apologized and the other patron quickly shrugged it off as a joke. The actor was allowed to continue frequenting the bar. We brushed it off as 2 friends getting drunk and getting in a fight. That's Iceland. Happens twice a weekend. In the next altercation, Miller assaulted a young woman at the bar. It was harder to discount that. The incident grabbed global headlines when footage of Miller placing the woman in a chokehold and then pushing her to the ground went viral online in April of 2020. Soon after the incident, Variety spoke with the woman Miller assaulted. She recently confirmed that her comments could be printed for this article. She asked to remain anonymous out of concern for her privacy, as she's telling her story publicly for the first time. In the video, Miller is seen confronting the woman who is smiling and waving her arms as she walks toward them and asking, "Do you want to fight? Is that what you want to do?" Miller grabs her neck. She lets out an audible gasp. The person filming the video stopped to intervene. According to 3 sources, the woman had been speaking to Miller at the bar prior to the quarrel. She said she inquired about the actor's feet, visible in flip-flops, after noticing some wounds, which Miller explained were battle scars from a fight, maybe with the KKK. After discussing how they got them, she began to walk away, but turned around and joked, "Just so you know, I could take you in a fight." Miller replied, "You really want to fight?" And then the woman told them to meet her in the smoking area in 2 minutes. Eventually, Miller confronted her outside the bar. I think it's just fun and games, but then it wasn't. It's a sentiment echoed by another woman, Nadia. This is the one in Germany. So yeah, this is just batshit crazy. Ezra Miller thinks he makes planets now, and he's apparently ascended to a higher level or some shit, according to Instagram. Where is Ezra Miller? In a mental institution somewhere? I don't know. This is insane. He's insane. And yeah, I went there. I called him he because I don't gotta respect this person. This person is a menace to society. Needs some mental help at the very least, and most likely needs to be locked away somewhere for the good of mankind. I'm gonna wrap this one up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.